Okay, so here I am post Rona, and I'm sporting the Rona stash. I realize I've been gone for a while. I realize it's been more than a month. And yeah, I mean, I haven't forgotten about the channel. I don't not think about it. I have been busy. And then, of course, I got the Rona. And then afterwards, I dealt with migraines. I don't know if they're related. And then the past few days, UPS has been horrid. I don't know what's happening with UPS. They are definitely falling apart. I can tell you that much. They're radically underperforming, and they're constantly saying, "Oh, we're going to deliver today," and then they don't. So here we go with Marina Aquino, her playlist, and it's been so long. She now has a new one. So let's see. Okay. So here we go. My unboxing knife is going to be my... Hey! Sorry, I know your needs is going to start soon, but thanks for checking in. Hey, Michael Morgan. So, I would have never noticed. Here's the irony. So I have several full-size OTFs, and these days at home, my home EDC has been OTFs. What I've discovered is, I've said this before, Canadian Cutting Edge has said it, generally we use about 1.5 inches of our knives. We can have a 6-inch blade, but most all of our cutting happens in a small area. What I've discovered is, being so small, it's easy just to place next to my bed or next to where I am. This size lends itself to more ready use, like when I'm opening packaging or whatever, every kind of little mini need I have. Oh, you know what? Let me plug this in so it's less. Tell me if the music is too loud, guys. Plug this in. Hopefully it'll be better. This ought to be better, correct? And it might actually be too loud. Let me go ahead and decrease the volume a little. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, that's just sort of my little rant about OTFs. I find that even over, say, button locks, thanks, Michael, even over button locks and all the other good one-handed knives, nothing beats a double action OTF. This truly is the best one-handed knife. And what I'm finding is that even though, it's small in the hand, for basic EDC cutting tasks that don't, you're not doing a ton, like I'm just opening packaging now, this is far more handy because, again, being so small and compact, like I said, I have full-size OTFs as well. It's odd that the bizarre California legal carry laws, now it's legal to have a full-size, you just can't carry it in public. This is the limit. But because of this odd rule, and therefore the manufacture of these, we accidentally discovered that this is a very handy size. Because it's not this huge handle, it's easy just to stick right next to me. I found that my at-home cutting tasks, I'm doing the most with this right here because it's always nearby. It's more than enough blade I need for basic opening tasks like packaging and things like that. So here we go. And I neglected these last two from last unboxing a month and a half ago. So here we go. These are the rest of the glow from the Rough Rider. So we've got RR2497, RR2494. So let's start with the lower number here. So this one is the double bladed hawkbill. So I have the single bladed hawkbill this is never mind, it's a sheep's foot. Okay, well, there you go. And a pen blade. Okay. What handle shape is that? What pattern is this? I don't even know what pattern this is. Sorry, I don't know the name. Because that shape it's like a reverse sway back or something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the pattern. I don't know my traditionals very well. Ooh, nice spring. Wow. Okay, so that adds to. So I always wanted to know, out of all the Rough Riders, which series do I want to essentially collect that whole series? And I decided because Glow in the Dark is one of my sub collections, I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. And let me show you. So there we go. And the best is the Victorinox. That sucker glows so well. So here we've got the other ones. Okay. And so this will fit in with this pattern here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. And then, so there's that. I don't know where I'm going to put that now. I'm going to have to expand my carrying capacity. So there's that. Then next is that was the 2494. This is the 2497. I'm going to have to avoid this. Teardrop sleeve board. Yeah. Teardrop? Would it be a teardrop? I think the teardrop is symmetrical. I wish they would revisit those auto laws. Now that I own an auto, I can see how the mechanism doesn't increase speed, just convenience. Yeah. I think a lot about this. Go figure. But yeah, I mean, I need to get back in touch with Doug Ritter and tell him, yeah, the liberal lawmakers out here ought to recognize that these possession carry laws, I mean, you're not breaking any actual law. It's just used to target youth. And, if I'm afraid of people using these types of knives offensively, my order of which kind of knife I would want them to have is an OTF, because they're not reliable. They're not very strong. They're not very good weapons. Here's the most obvious thing. Oops. Now it's useless, right? This is the one I would want because it's the least effective. Although, look, I did actually punch a hole. That's pretty impressive. Pretty decent action, which is nothing. That would not break the skin, obviously. So, yeah, the fear around it is purely movie based. It's just a joke. Yeah, thanks. The Glow in the Dark series. So I'm kind of glad about that. Oh, this is the canoe. So this is my first full-size canoe. This is Jersey Knife Guy's favorite pattern. I got a mini canoe Rough Rider somewhere, but this is my first actual full-size canoe. And as you can see, it's canoe shaped. And, these are about ergonomics, these different patterns. So got a nice clip fade there. And then that's strange. Oh, well, look at that. You've got a clip point and you got a California clip point. I don't know if that's a common combination for canoes. I don't know. I don't think so. But I believe that's what's called a California clip. It's just an extra long clip point, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. Here's the other thing. If you don't, unless you have the deadlock or whatever, the $1,000 knife, you've got tons of blade play and it's not strong. It could easily, but please, if you have a gun to my head and you're like, you got to get stabbed by something, make it an OTF. Auto socket stabbing is the most damaging thing a knife can do. Good point. Yep. Hey. All right. So, I'd much rather get stabbed with this than I would with the California clip point from a right? I mean, that'll hurt, and when you're stabbing, these locks are pretty these back springs are pretty solid. No one thinks a traditional knife is dangerous. I mean, these are legal everywhere, right? I mean, even I think the most stringent place is the UK, and these things are 100% legal there because I think it's under the anyway. No one sees that as a serious threat. Correct. If the clip starts before the halfway point, is a California clip. Thank you, Michael. There you go. There's the definition. Thanks. That's fascinating, isn't it? I didn't learn about California clip until I went to the Gene Autry Museum, and They called it a California toothpick back in the day, and I think that's where it. I think that's where the California clip point came from. Was they had Bowie knives out here in California. And the further back you go, they're just enormous. I mean, it was like a sword. Because a lot of knife laws had to do with the sort of you're not allowed to carry a sword or you're not allowed to duel with swords. So okay, fine, and that's where kind of Bowie knives came into their own, if I'm not mistaken. I think in a lot of ways, I believe. So let's start with easier first. So the one on my lap, I shall forego at this point. And let's begin with the Atlantic knives, AK Atlantic knives. They don't charge tax, I believe, unless you're in their state. And they're out east somewhere, Atlantic. So let's see. This is the Kaiser Cutlery Mad Tonto Button Lock Black Micarta 154 cm. Okay, 2023 calendar. New deals every single day. Only at night, out serving your outdoor needs. So there's that. So this thing keeps rubbing on my shirt. It's making a lot of noise. There's a better way of doing that. I'm sorry about that. Wish there was a clip for this. It's causing a lot of interference. Okay, and so here it is. It's the Kaiser Mad Tonto, size 3.24 inches, not 2.5 apparently. And Damn Designs. Damn Designs Kaiser collab. I didn't know that. This is the model V4802C1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if that is showing up. That's not showing up at all, is it? You're going to have to trust me on that. It's the, does it say here? Yeah, V4602C1. That's correct. So I believe these must be the cheaper ones because it has the cheaper box. And there's not tape there. It just does not want to open. Tore the box. There we go. That was a struggle. Go figure. Okay, here's what it looks like inside. Oh my God. Look at that. Is the best sticker ever. It's called the Azo Drop Bear, which, as we know, the Kaiser Azo Drop Bear, which is a huge hit. It's just absolutely taken off. And that looks like that little alien from Lilo and Stitch, although I've never seen that movie. Hey, Goondocks. How's it going? And I've been thinking the past couple of weeks, I need to go back to your channel because I don't think I'm getting your notifications again, unless you just haven't been uploading. So, fucking YouTube, huh? I swear to God, fucking YouTube, fascist tube. Owned by Google. Go figure. Yeah, what a surprise. It's got that regular envelope that has the cloth in it and everything. So, and then you've got some extra screws here. Looks like a pivot screw and a body screw and maybe a clip screw. So here we go. Little Scotch tape, plastic bag. Very, very rough micarta. Exactly how I like it. I do not like polished micarta. It's ironic that it's more expensive. It's considered better fit and finish to have polished micarta. You look at LT Bright and Bark River and White River and all, they have these very polished. I just don't like those. This is extremely matte. I mean, it's hairy. I mean, I can feel the fuzz. Exactly how I like it. Oh, you haven't been much lately? Okay, no problem. Thank you. You agree. I love Kaiser micarta. It's way fuzzier than, for example, Civivi. Again, this is actually, it's considered cheaper, but this is how I like it. It is so fuzzy. It's like cloth. It's like outright cloth. So look at that. Recessed and flat screws. So genius there. That's interesting. The lock mechanism comes all the way out into the micarta. So that's kind of interesting. I don't remember ever seeing that. But that means see how much they've chamfered it. You see that? You can see the layers of the micarta. So obviously it's going to be done for ergonomics. Marcos? Oh, hey Marcos, sorry, I didn't see you. Can you just say hello real quick? Live still. Hope you're feeling much better. Yeah, you're probably over at Neves. I apologize for that. I got to do these when I can do them. I don't have an option, unfortunately. My Northern California brother. Okay, so here we go. First flip, first flip. Oh, look at that. That's an oddly shaped flipper tab. You see that? It's like what do you call those? Nonagon? I don't know. What are those? The non-symmetrical polygons. Oh, fail. The D10 is shit. Let's try it again. Ooh, really weak D10. Oh, this sucks. Super smooth action. Hopefully that D10 will improve. No, it's really soft. It is. Yeah, see? What a huge disappointment. Really weak D10. Oh, wow. That is an insanely weak D10. You guys, by the way, I'm flipping it open. See? That D10 is terrible. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, what a huge disappointment. I mean, cool blade shape. I don't like Tontos. I don't know if you guys know, but I realize that it does have good utility. So, I mean, look at that incredible action. I love it. Smooth as butter, but that weak. Look at. It's almost like there's no D10 ball at all. Almost, honestly. You're at Matisfaction Live. Oh, sorry about that. Well, say hi to Matisfaction for me. I apologize. Really, your Towser? Okay, my Towser is in my EDC bag. Ugh. My Towser is fantastic. The D10 on my Towser is great. So this might not be. It might just be this Mad Tonto and not. Please say hi to Matisfaction for me, by the way. Yeah, I guess it's just this Mad Tonto. Probably not other. It's maybe just the inconsistency. It's not going to get better. I'm going to literally have to pull this apart and see if maybe I can do something with the D10 ball. Maybe Dremel it out. Not polish it out a little bit. Maybe make it deepen it a little bit. Hopefully I can fix this D10. Although who wants to bother? I mean, some people find that fun. I definitely don't. I don't want to have to do any extra work. I'm Lazy Bone Jones, So forget it. Is this a sticker? It's awful thick. It's really nice. Okay, and this Drop Bear sticker is legendary. I can't wait to put this on somewhere. It's going to be sweet. None of my potlucks have decent D-cents. If I'm not mistaken, Michael, you have the shittiest luck with a lot of your knives. Haven't you had problems with like Civivi button lugs and like all the stuff that everyone loves that no one complains of? Not no one, but people generally like the D10. I think you're just having the worst luck. Go ahead, comment. Are your D10s, button locks, etc., different than how others are reviewing and reporting it? So is it your instances that are not good, or do you just disagree with other reviewers' assessments of these things? I'm just curious. And then this has been the problematic package. So let's start with the problematic package. Once again, Bladehq with UPS. It's just, I mean, look at this. Look at how many times we attempted to deliver it and failed. I mean, look at it's practically open. It's just egregious. And now you guys know where I live. Oh well. I mean, I live in Hollywood. There's people here all the time. So I guess if somebody some militia wants to come and kidnap me, like, you goddamn liberal hippies out there, well, come get it. I don't remember what I ordered, of course. Figures. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, first of all, this was their daily special. It was $14. So knife strop. It's pretty nice. Strop compound, and I'll be honest, I've yet to get a strop compound. So this is my first strop compound. I've got several strops, but really cheap marbles ones, which I don't know, are they any good or not? They were dirt cheap, so I went ahead and got them. And I've just been using them bare. Okay, so here's the, you just flip it open, and ooh, okay, it's on a piece of wood, very thin, almost like balsa, which means I would be so tempted as to even strop on the back of this. It feels very rough, by the way, which might exactly work. And do you see all the little lines in there? You see the little curvy worm lines? I don't know if that's normal. Oh, look at that. It's already lifting off here. So that's pretty shitty. Yeah, underwhelming. Look, see? It's too far up here, and it's too far down, and then too far, and then so see it's lifting off this corner. I think for a stroke that's not a good thing. I think it needs to be precise, I believe. Come get some Hollywood cure for you. What else? Yeah. No, I don't. Trust me, I am a man of peace. So I don't know, underwhelming. Yeah, this feels like chalk, which is pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and do that at some point here. Okay, I'm going to put this back in here for now because I don't really have a way of storing it otherwise at this moment. So, oh, and here is the whatever instructions or whatever. So I don't know if you guys can even see that. My Begleiter and Conspirator and Solaris are okay, I guess, but definitely not firm. Towser is a total flop. Hogues aren't the best either. Wow, I was thinking about getting the Hogue, the micro stitch, the EX series and such, but I don't want to pay, $100, nearly $200 for something that's not that great. That's disappointing. The Begleiter for me, I have the XL, and yeah, my assessment is that the blade was just too big and too large, that it was a very lazy flip. But maybe that's a detent problem. You're right. Maybe the detent too soft. Guys, I got to tell you, hurry up before these are gone. This is the Kaiser mini harpoon. This is Bladehq exclusive. I've been wanting to get this forever and ever and ever. It never came up to the free shipping amount, so that's why when this came up, it finally exceeded that. Well, that plus the CRKT, but this is the mini harpoon, natural micarta, and then they cover over everything else. I wonder if they did that on purpose, but anyway, so I couldn't. I wonder if they didn't print a separate label for the. That's why they. Okay, here we go. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I'm excited. Here we go. Kaiser. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I think it's just a button lock thing. I'm comparing them to a liner lock with firm detent. Okay. Yeah, see, liner locks, because of the way the liner lock rests, I guess it's always going to have a stiffer detent. I'm over liner locks, just stopping by. Hey, Brandon, thanks for stopping by. Gonna eat dinner real quick. Don't worry. Yeah, it's a button lock thing for me. Oh, okay, I see. Nice to see familiar names in here. Hey. Okay, so here we go. I forgot to bring out the harpoon. I'm just not prepared for this because I'm throwing this in here before I got to run. So, mini harpoon. So as you know, the regular harpoon is already very EDC size. I believe they made this one because it's sub 3 inches, which was a genius move by Bladehq to say, hey, the harpoon is phenomenal. Why don't we make a mini of it that's just under the 3-inch mark? So I am really looking forward to this. So this is, I mean, I've got so many knives. There's so many good things out there. It's hard for me to get this excited, but this, and they have it in the Deadpool version. So for a while, I don't know if it's still true, but the Deadpool was only available as a Mojave Knives exclusive, but Bladehq very cleverly got the, it doesn't look anywhere like the Blade. This, look at that. In their picture, it looked like the Deadpool one where it looked very red, but this doesn't look red at all. And this is, look at how tiny that is. That is just tiny. Not that excited, to be honest, because it's just, it looks like a scalpel. I mean, it looks like oh, and it's also, I think, in 3V, if I'm not mistaken. 10V. So this is my first and only 10V. I don't think I even have a 9V. So I don't know much about it, except that 10 Vs is more than 3V, isn't it? So it's got 7 more Vs. So we've got this little tip protector here, and I mean, it is miniature. I mean, ooh, full four fingers, right? I mean, you know, just about on that back end there. So I like it when they do that. It allows you to get more bang for your buck on ergonomically, and you know, goes right up to that, serves as a finger guard. The harpoon part is phenomenal for the thumb. 10V is going to be very, very tough. Obviously, it's not stainless. It's like a tool steel, I believe. So just miniature. I mean, this thing is tiny, which I guess is good. I mean, definitely is EDCable, but this is like neck knife tiny, which I guess if you think about the measurements, that should make sense. I don't know why I'm so surprised about how small it is. But again, in the pictures, this looked a lot like the Deadpool version where it was red micarta. Right now, they're calling it natural. I don't know if they maybe messed up the order or if that is exactly what I ordered, but the picture, it definitely looks like the Deadpool version. I was hoping that it was going to have that exact same color as the Deadpool did. So here we go. I lifted off the bottom here, and underneath you've got your Kaiser pamphlet thing, which we've all seen, the little mini thing. And then, oh, look at that. So you've got this slim version of a tech lock, which, I mean, it's not an actual tech lock, obviously. Oh, it does look like an actual tech lock because it's got the tabs instead of like the Civivi is infinitely variable, whereas this you have to be within those tabs. And it's right now done for regular. I'll probably scout carry it. Hopefully it'll be. It might fit into a scout carry. I'm not sure. Let's see what the retention is like. Is it going yet? Let's listen. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's really good. Yay! Oh, I love super tight retention. Let's see. Watch this. Oh. Oh my. Oh, I can't even do it one-handed. Stiff detent. Yeah, I like this kind of retention. Yeah. Obviously zero rattle. I mean, zero rattle. And yeah, if you want to do it one-handed. Oh, okay, yeah, you really, oh my gosh, yeah, that's really the only way is just, you know, using your lats. That's, I mean, like I said, even when I'm holding it like this, you know, yeah, that's almost too much. Although that's good for me. I'd rather have it retention. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can. I'm surprised for how small it is. I agree. Don't shoot your eye out. I know that will break imperfect though. Yeah, exactly. Because it's only going to get looser. That's what she said. I like it. I can't stand ones that are loose, and then I'm going to have to take the heat gun to it and everything. This is just right. Well, not just right, but yeah, it is just right because eventually it will loosen up. So mini harpoon. I mean, that is really mini. I'll have to do a comparison. I'll pull out my my regular size harpoon, which is already very EDC and small. So they sent 3 Blade HQ, which is not much. Okay, and then oh yeah, CRKT Slacker. Now this was on sale for $30. It's the K350 KXP. Now the reason is because one of my sub collections is all of the CRKT first gen. We call those the field strip technology. So we've got here the field strip instructions here. Yeah, field strip instructions. This is probably for the home front. Yeah. I'm assuming because it has that star, and that's the home front has the star. And I have been very lucky that I'm not that invested in getting the field strip. A lot of people think it's gimmicky, and I keep saying this every time. I don't think it's gimmicky at all. If you've ever worked in rough conditions, which I have, you really do want. Oh, this is the KISS. Okay, tell your boss. Okay, cut a hole in the ceiling with a kiss knife and climb out. This is how to avoid being asked to work the weekend by your boss. Just escape. So I like these little comics that they have. I think it's very clever, good marketing. I don't hate CRKT because they are innovative. Yuck. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was tipped down. I was about to vomit in my mouth. So here's their, aluminum outside with the interesting texturing. This is very slim, much slimmer than the other field strips. And I'll pull all my field strips out. Ooh, bad detent. Definitely not drop shutty. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. A little bit of lock stick. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of lock stick. That'll probably work itself out. So, ooh, did you see that? Bad detent. Okay, maybe it just needs to be worked in. Yeah, definitely some lock stick and extremely far from drop shutty. Good centering. So, I'm sure you guys know the field strip technology. I'm not going to go through it, but I've been fortunate to get all of them at the $30 range. Just FYI that most of these eventually go on sale, clearance, etc. I guess they just aren't selling that well. I don't think they're gimmicky. I think especially for people who do, like plumbing, things like that, you just get dirty and messy and covered in dirt and grime and stuff. This is absolutely necessary. Yeah, so good stuff. Yeah. So again, I'm glad anytime it gets in the $30 range, I'm collecting most of these. So I have nearly all of them. I only have one Gen 2. I have the Katade, which is basically a bird and trout kind of scalpel looking knife. It's like a caper, excuse me, not bird and trout, caper. They have other Gen 2s. Again, they're a little overpriced, so I'm not going to jump all over that. Maybe I like the look of the CRKT Dextro. Sorry, I don't. That's obviously their new one. I'm assuming. I haven't looked at it yet. I couldn't tell you. Sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm super curious. Liner Schwartz. Oh, TJ Schwartz. And that's the other thing too. The $50 to $60 range for CRKT, I feel like it's a little overpriced, But they're the ones that are in all the box stores, so they're trying to capture that market space, that $50 range, where they're trying to, be like right around the, even bucks are that expensive to a certain degree, almost. So I think they're just trying to capture that area in the market, and I just, for that, you can get a CVV is far better. Aluminum handle. Oh, it's a D2. Okay, so that's why they're charging 54. Okay. Yeah. And I definitely like TJ Schwartz. It's a 2023 aluminum. Thank you. Yeah, I did just see that. I have the new Spyderco Military 2 on pre-order. What's new about? Oh, the military 2. Oh, you're gonna get the military 2. Finally, they're gonna make it tip up, right? Finally, isn't that the only difference? Let me know. I'm sorry to laugh at them, but it's just like, bro, that knife's been out for like 50 years and it's just been tipped down forever, right? Did they change anything? Oh, I think the military too has options. Is that what it is? Where you can actually put it on other spots? I mean, which is nothing but a different mold for the GRM, which is like, people have just been like, what took you so long, Spyderco? And yeah, that military blade is so long. How much longer, or how does it compare to the Endura? I'm wondering, because it wasn't the Endura. I mean, I know the Endura is just an oversized Delica, but how does it compare lengthwise? I'm just wondering, because I don't know. I'm just curious. So there's that. Oh, I'm taking too long again. I'm such a rambler. I'm sorry that I ramble endlessly, which is supposed to be a good thing when you're YouTubing and such. But anyway, I'm. Oh, by the way, the other reason why I haven't been online is I've been doing more podcasts lately. So I started a podcast with my friend that I do the I did the knife live that one year, the first year. So we've been doing a podcast. I just got off the episode 3, and it's at Easy Yoke channel, and then I've been a guest host on another lady's podcast as well, and I also did a paranormal girl she used to be my neighbor, so I did that. Or I talked about ghosts, hauntings, and UFOs and such. So I'll try and link to those at one of these days. But you could just look up Paranorm Girl without the AL, Paranorm Girl. And what I'm going to do now is, it says open this end. So I'm going to open this end because I know how to follow instruction. God, this has a lot of packaging on it. Very slicey. Woo. I mean, I'm slicing straight through the cardboard. Okay, nearly nicked my finger there. That was dumb. Okay, and I misplaced the sheath figures. See? Double edge OTFs are still the best. Okay, let's see what I got. Oh, I'm sorry, this microphone is just going nuts. No way, I can't believe I actually got it. Okay, this is the Ontario Tactical Kukri ON 6420. Okay, now this should not complete, but add to my Ontario fixed blade collection. I've got several of their budget fixed blades. This one was only G.I. Joe Knives sticker. This is $53. It was on sale, I think. I think it was on sale. I think it might have been their daily, whatever, special deals. Okay, and the other thing they're offering is SMKW now has this 2-sided pocket sharpener. This was a free gift for anything over $50. It is a compression lock. That's what I thought. Okay, I'm sorry. I do remember that, and it's about time they made it a compression lock. Thanks. Sorry, guys. I can't believe I didn't realize that. I mean, I knew it. I forgot. That's gonna be frigging sweet. You know what? That means now I'm gonna have to get it because, as you know, one of my many sub collections is Spyderco compression locks. It might be one of my favorite lock types. I frigging love Spyderco's compression lock. Yes, 4 inches. Got to be 4 inches.
It's a resilience on steroids, yeah, but the resilience is a liner lock. You're telling me the resilience is longer than the Endura? I guess I'm sorry, I don't know that. Because I got a Tenacious, one of my earliest EDC, and I just hated it. So I stayed away from that whole resilience and that whole thing. It's just a mess. Oh, it's your favorite lock too? Cool. Wow. That makes sense since you're not a huge fan of button locks. Button locks are still my favorite. Just I like the ease and convenience of it. It's just very intuitive. So here is their free gift of it's like a butterfly knife type sharpener, the way they did it, I believe. Yeah, see? Very cool. So does this have a part number? SMKW 21. So I guess it's their 21st self-made thing, you know, which is smart of them. They really need to do that more, I think. Oh, this is cool. Oh, very cool. It's just this very cheap plastic out here. And why does it look like this is a tab? 1,000 grit. Look at that. 1,000 grit and 400 grit. Wow. This will really do you. And this is, yeah, it's diamond. So depending on how good of quality this is as a field sharpener, having both 400 and 1,000, that means you like the 10V, you're going to be able to deal with this on the field. This is genius, which is exactly why I got this. Because some of the really hard tool steels these days and the super steels, I mean, theoretically, even D2 is going to be a pain in the ass to sharpen, period, let alone in the field. You know, a lot of people will say, hey, D2, you're just not going to be able to sharpen that in the field. You are with this, given if it is made decently. And I'll give SMKW enough credit that I do believe that they definitely can. Here's what's interesting. There's a tab on this side, and then on this side, there's like a little divot. So it's almost like they're meant to be stacked in. Maybe they did that for the sake of packaging and stacking and transporting. Here it is. Oh, look at that big box. Guys, tell me, is it me or is opening a very big box somehow a little bit more exciting? Because you know that the knife is not going to be this long. I don't know why they do that for fixed blades, but they have these ridiculously oversized boxes for marginally long fixed blades. But this, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like Christmas. You know, like Christmas sometimes it's usually when you got the much bigger boxes when you were a child. So here we go. OKC 1889, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Prides itself for over 100 years of quality. Yeah, good for them. Yeah, made in the USA. I don't know if this is one of their made in the USA knives, to be honest, though. We'll soon see. Let's see if it says on here. I forgot to show you the outside of the box. Yeah, oh, it is. It's made in the USA. So a $50 knife, fixed blade, made in the USA. That's pretty impressive. Good for Ontario. This is September 2012, brand new. Yeah, this is made in the US. Look at that. This will be made in China. Doesn't say this is made in China. It's horribly bad sheath. Oh wow! I mean, it's got some padding in it, but no plastic insert, which is pretty suspect. It has decent string. It's not 1980 decent here for some tracking here. Fairly small. It's got okay. It does a little bit of a line, but it's pretty flimsy, I guess, because they wanted. Oh, hey. It's true. I do think of that after the fact, but the excitement of the unboxing, yeah. But I do wonder, like, why would they spend this much money on extra material? Why would they do that? It's just weird to me. As a matter of fact, I don't understand it at all. You know, like cold steel. You know, you get these gigantic knives in these little tiny boxes because they're clearly using a computer to make sure that packaging is just literally just simply the size of the actual knife. It's Sun $200 too, which is awesome. Oh, I think you mean it's sub 200. So the Spyderco Military 2 is under 200. I mean, yeah, that's a good price in comparison to their other compression locks, but $200 is still a lot to spend on a knife. You guys know me. I'm cheapy. Yeah, so G10 for this. For the military too. I'll bet you anything is still GRN. Fucking cheap ass Spyderco. Hey, Winchester, what up? So this is, they're very rubberized. I think the cheaper ones have more of this rubberized thing. And ooh, looky. That is a pretty sharp kukri curve, because all kukris, as you can imagine, have different levels of, and as you guys know, this is one of my sub collections, kukris, but budget kukris, not expensive ones. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is quite a dramatic curve, which is just awesome. Got this guard up here. Fairly sizable ricasso, which actually for kukris is not uncommon, which might make sense because it is a chopping knife. It might not make sense to have too much sharpened, and maybe having strengthened ricasso might actually help. It is a design that evolved over time. Seems like it's sharp as nuts. Yeah, it's sharp as nuts. Good for Ontario. I know that sometimes it's questionable, but this one is sharp as nuts. Okay, the sheath works. I'm very pleased. $53. USA made. That's to me, that's astounding value. And I'm pretty sure it's $10.95. I think all their knives are $10.95. Well, shouldn't say that because they might downgrade like Old Hickory did. Packaging, and yeah, that's it. Something else in there. Yeah. Oh my god, am I finally finished? No. I knew I wasn't finally finished. There's no way. Way too much going on here. Unboxing knife. Let's see if we could unbox a knife with the hook. Okay. So let's see. Oops. Can you hear me? I hope tell me if you can't hear me. Okay, yeah. The tip is sharpened, but it's super thick. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is not an appropriate unboxing knife, which probably comes as no surprise to you guys, but it does to me. Yeah. Okay. Kinda, but yeah. No. Okay. You cannot. Okay. So they're like, big knives can do everything small knives can, except open packaging. So this is not going to work as an unboxing knife. The tip is just way too robust, which is appropriate for what this knife is meant for. You don't want to have a delicate, pointy, stabby tip. You know, it's going to just bling, and your point is going to go flying off when you're chopping with this. So, in case anyone wanted to know, my first impressions of the Ontario USA made budget kukri is not an appropriate EDC knife. Right? Okay, so that didn't work. That was a huge fail. I actually thought that you'd be able to open some packaging with this, but no, you can't open your potato chip bag with a kukri. Oh goodness, what did I miss here? So that's crazy. I returned my shaman to get and didn't like shaman. Okay, well, did you do a video on that? I'm curious what you didn't like about the shaman. Oh no, shaman's my favorite knife. It's a lot of people's favorite. I do want it. It's just overpriced. I should have pulled the trigger. Somebody had used Gen 1 shaman. I should have pulled the trigger. I didn't at the time. I'm just going to hold out for a very, very inexpensive secondhand shaman, and then get some aftermarket micarta for it. That's kind of what I want. That's what I'm looking for. It's just so overpriced. Mine was so stiff it literally hurt my fingers to use. I took it apart and cleaned it, oiled it to no avail. Yeah, I really question Spyderco's production consistency, because I'm again, I've have major problems with my tenacious, and so it kind of turned me off of Spyderco's for a while until I decided to check out their compression locks. My Ikuchi is the detent is way too stiff, which Ikuchi's had that problem. Yes, mine took a while to break in. Oh, okay. Maybe it just needs to be broken in. Seems to work better without the stock G10 as well. No way. Interesting. God, that's sad to think. For the money, I figured it should be better. Butter smooth from the jump start. I know, it's not that much to ask. True. Like all the other Spyderco's. It's too expensive for me. I stopped at the pair 3. I agree. Winchester, the other thing too is I still don't have a pair 3 either. I found them on this one website for like $60. I don't even know if it's legit, but I'll experiment and find out. Yeah, that's the one I'm missing still, the pair 3. I think I might like it better than the pair 2. There's a big, it's got, are you a cat person or a dog person? Are you a pair 3 or are you a PM2 guy? I think I might be a pair 3 guy. And then eventually get some aftermarket in my card. Yeah, see, I agree, and that's the thing. Back before the price hike, I wouldn't be complaining about it. But since it's now post price hike, I'm not going to have the same kind of enjoyment as you are. I think it's a lot easier to enjoy something at a specific price point versus another. That has a huge, empirically has a huge impact on how much we enjoy something or not. Oh, hey, Lord Needham. Hey, thanks for saying hi. I tried to get them on sale. Capara was $185. Okay, once again, still $185 is kind of a lot. I need to remember whether I actually have. Yeah, that's weird because I don't remember if I have the Capara or not, because I was going to have the Capara. So I need to check my Spyderco compression lock roll. I meant to get it. I almost got it. I may have actually got it, but I can't remember. But it will be one of the ones I eventually get. Yes, I got the 3. Then I later got some scales for it. Okay, yeah. See, that's I think what I'm thinking of doing. Last Ranger, why don't you? Oh, you mean jump in? Oh, that's shoot. I didn't think about that. Thanks. A good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Pocket clap. Okay. Better than 230. Exactly. Still get better value from other companies. Okay. And what's on your head? It's a hair bonnet. What kind of hat is that you're wearing, man? Gone awry. It's a bonnet. A lot of black people wear them for when they don't do their hair. A lot of black girls actually. Black girl got this for me as well. She's like, you need to wear a bonnet. I'm like, okay, fine. Protect your hair. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this quick unboxing, and then I'll see if I can jump over to Satisfaction. Let me just go ahead and finish this up. Last Ranger, if you have a link for his stream, then if you could go ahead and shoot it over this way, and then I'll jump over there. I'm just going to finish this up super quick. Okay. First of all, here's a bad sign. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Microflight. I thought I had one of these. Obviously, I don't. I thought it was going to be like the black fly, which is like this big. So I'm not thrilled at how big this is, because this is regular size. I wanted something miniature like the black fly. Although I'm glad, because FYI, the reason why throwing knives and such are, gimmicky and not realistic is because it's pure physics. When you launch something like like a spear or an alcatel, I don't know how to pronounce it, or something like that. Force equals mass times acceleration. You can get it up to a deadly degree. A relatively light thing like this, or something smaller like what I wanted, you're just like throwing stars. I grew up on ninja movies in the 80s. We thought they were the deadliest thing ever, and as a result, California banned them. And once again, if someone's going to attack me something, please let it be a shuriken. Because it probably will not break the skin, especially if it hits clothing. 0% chance of breaking the clothing. It just doesn't have enough heft. Those cheap throwing stars they sell in Chinatown are barely sharpened at all. The ludicrousness of banning those, again, because of the 80s movies they did it. It's a very hysterical thing. I've worked for politicians. I get where they're coming from. But yeah, it is coming from a place of hysteria and ignorance. I bet he would let you on for sure. Okay, great, thanks. And the minus section will post it when you go over. Okay, thanks. What up? Dwayne Letterman. Hey, Winchester, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks for joining in. And hopefully everyone can subscribe as well, because I want to get to 1,000 so I can actually enter the algorithm. It's sad. Okay, microflight. I was hoping it was literally going to be the size of the blade. Because if you guys know the black fly, they have a little tiny one that's just really miniature, and I was hoping to add to my cold steel miniature, and they called it micro. I know I should have looked at the measurements, but anyway, pardon me. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? It's the cold steel. That was $850. Oh, I know what I got. Okay. So I told you one of my sub collections. This is the marbles MR619. 619 is the area code of San Diego. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This thing was only $25. $25. Does that look like a kukri to you? Once again, and yeah, made in Pakistan. I put up my nose and went ahead and bought it because, as you know, I've had some problems with Pakistani-made marble stuff. Yeah, once again, that almost cardboard-like leather. This is leather. This is bonded leather. Oh no, it's not bonded leather. This is just shitty leather. I don't think it's bonded. I think this is genuine leather, which is like suede, basically a cut of the suede, and then they spray like plastic on it. So that'll fit a sharpening stone. Buttons are so. Okay, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and open this. And okay, they like Scotch tape in Pakistan. They got Scotch tape for days in Pakistan. Did I have something to toss? Okay, so here we go. They wrapped it like that. That's a pretty clever way to wrap a kukri, since you're not going to find anything to really fit it nicely. And yep, shit ton of grease. I mean, that's a lot of fucking grease. Jesus H. Christ. MR619, Pakistan. I think these are polished micarta. It's kind of impressive. Yeah, good ergos, decent ergos. Yeah, it's got I forgot what you call this thing where you can, for chopping. They did a funny thing here. As you guys see this, traditionally that's where there's this little sacred shape that they it has some sort of ceremonial and sacred little cutout here. I'll show you on my other kukris. Got the tip protector here. That's what she said. And this one feels like it's sharpened. That's so weird. Let's see if it's sharpened. Okay. There must be some burr on here because it does not seem like it feels like it's sharpened, but can you hear that? Oh yeah, there's a burr. Okay, yeah. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with. Not surprising, $25 kukri, but let's go ahead and compare it to the Ontario. World of difference, huh? Fairly similar dimensions, but see what I mean by how much there's an arc on this one? Much more dramatic than the marbles one. And then this one is like full flat. Okay. This one, as you can see, is, oh my God, it's hollow ground. Yeah. It's unsharpened, no grind here at all. And then the grind here is hollow. Can you see? Yeah, it's a hollow grind, which is odd. And then they put a swedge here. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's a cheaper way of manufacturing. I'm sure it has something to do with cutting down on the price. It's a very polished micarta. It looks like it's micarta, but it's very polished. You know, maybe I'll rough it up with some sandpaper. It's a workable sheath. It's got double stitching. It's got a welt. So they did something with it. Oops. Sorry, I'm way behind on this. It is better than cardboard. Oh yeah, wasn't that a whole thing on someone's channel? It's better than cardboard. Dagger knives just dropped the budget line of knives. All for 20. Good for them. I know that you love those dagger knives. They are very stabby, aren't they? Gary likes daggers. Yes, he does. And so does Goondogs. They both like their daggers. And those are sweet looking. Okay, so that's what happened with the... As you can see, I love my kukris. The little story behind me loving kukris is when I was a kid, I've looked for it since, and I have yet to find it. But this guy for Soldier of Fortune magazine wrote this phenomenal article about how we need to move on past the K-bar, that's Granddaddy's knife, and how in fact the best knife out there is the kukri. And he did this whole like in-depth thing. And that's when I was, teenager or early teens, maybe tween. I was probably a tween at the time, probably middle school. Maybe I was 12, 13. And, that's when I first learned about like high carbon steel, how they're better than stainless steel. At the time, obviously, this was in the 80s. And how like oftentimes they put coating or just cheap paint on there, and that's not actually better for cutting performance, blah blah blah. And it's kind of a cheap thing to do. And he was just talking about the angle. So I just fell in love with kukris at that point, and I never ever thought I'd actually own a kukri. It was very exotic still at that time. Then when I got back into knives, when I found out lots of American companies and such were offering it, then and many of them on a very 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 budget level, I had to jump. I fell in love. So I have a pretty sizable budget kukri collection. Only stickers when I get, once again, the G.I. Joe knives sticker. Another one of the folding pocket knife. That was the free thing. Okay, here's another marbles, MR452, and I don't remember what I got, as usual. Oh, I remember what I got. God, I've been wanting to get this forever. If you guys have seen that thing from Old Forge, they call it the pocket chopper. Some people have seen it on my channel and really liked it. This is something I've been wanting to get for a while. This is the marbles ulu. Okay, so here's the sheath, double stitched. Once again, it's the now this definitely looks like bonded leather, or at least the strap is. It's where they take bits of leather and glue it together. Okay, so here we go. Wax paper tells you it's going to be greasy AF. And here we go. Oh God, it's so small and cute. So this is a horn, I believe buffalo horn. And it's just this little ulu here. Look at that. Phenomenal, I mean, perfect ergonomics. Look at that. So this third finger kind of hangs off the edge. So it'll be perfect with a lanyard. But even just buttressing there on the end like this, considering it's a rocking motion, and then they put that little thumb space. Look at that. Perfect ergonomics. So this is a indigenous knife design. In modern kitchens, you know, women use these ulus as herb cutters. They have the, you know, they have the belly in the cutting board, and that's how you can chop up stuff efficiently. So, but I got this because it reminded me so much of the of the pocket chopper, which I like so much. So, I mean, this thing is so cute. Look at that. Okay. Okay, and last but not least is Bladehq. This is the HWT T01PK, PK meaning pink. So HWT, oh God, I'm probably not gonna be able to see that. I don't even know if you guys can see that. This is just a really cheap neck knife. It was so the ulu was $12. And then the kukri was 25. The cold steel was $8.50, and this is $7. Okay, so pink. It's a very bright pink. Pink screws. That's cool. Comes with a little lanyard. It's a 3-finger knife, so it's a lot like the minimalist. As a matter of fact, you can almost, they give you like a mini choil up here. You can almost, nah. Yeah, I guess, nah, it doesn't look that way. GFN handle. Or no, wait, it might even be a plastic. That's weird. Okay, I just stabbed myself. Wow. So what is going on with this sheath? What is with the sheath? I mean, I know you guys are thinking like, yeah, it's Bladehq. What do you expect? I mean, I'm not hearing or feeling any click. Yeah, there's zero retention, and it's supposed to be a neck knife. Okay, yeah, this is kind of a huge fail. Ow! Fucking hell! Okay, so that happened. I mean, it's pointy stabby as fuck. Fuck! What is with this sheath? Look at that. What? Oh, sorry, I had it upside down. But still, it's even worse. This putting it in backwards is better. That's weird. Yeah, it's just super loose. I think I'm gonna have to take a heat gun to this. Yeah, this is a gigantic fail. Fucking hell. As you know, another sub collection of mine is neck knives and pink knives. So this checked off 2 boxes for me. But with 0 retention on the sheath and me stabbing the fucking shit out of myself, I mean, god damn it. So annoying. I know, man. Fucking hell. You can see where I stabbed myself on the leg. Yeah, got a little bit of blood on my leg too, just a tiny little poke. It poked me through my my pajama pants. So yeah, this is just epically dangerous. I mean, I really don't know what I'm going to do with this. I mean, this is just a super pokey fixed blade that's just bouncing around. Look at this. Do you see this? Look. 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 I don't know what to do with this. It's hair dryer. Oh, I've got a heat gun. And so yeah, I mean, it's not even friction. There's nope. I mean, I know it's hard to be disappointed for a cheap knife and for one of these War Tech, which is like United Cutlery, M-Tech, Blood. It's just, it's still disappointing when it's that egregiously bad. I mean, that is really bad. Maybe I'm just sore because I literally fucking stabbed myself. So anyway, thanks for checking into the Hollywood Stabicool channel. I will see you over at Matisfaction. And yeah, you saw it here first. Stabby. And this is the thumb that I severed. So I accidentally severed my tendon. So as you can see, I can't bend. See, I can't bend. See? I can't do that. See? Can't bend it. It's just, it won't bend. So I've had 2 surgeries. I'm going to get a third. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you over at Matisfaction. Bye everyone. And it's over an hour, so yeah, I'm definitely over my time limit, or not my time limit, but I try to keep it under an hour. Goodbye.